Okay, guys, welcome to the channel. Right, guys, let's talk about the Chelsea game against Brighton. Let's just make a preview on the game. Now, versus Chelsea will be playing at home at Stamford Bridge against Brighton. And for me, I feel like this game will be an interesting game. Playing against Brighton because Brighton are a good team. I feel like they're a very good team. Chelsea themselves started the season very well. Obviously, they have won their last two games in the league. They have also won their last three games. Obviously, the last game that Chelsea won was in the Carabao Cup when they won 5-0 against Barrow. But the last game in the league, they won against West Ham 3-0, and that was a very, very good result for the team. Very good game as well from the team. They played very well. They deserved the win um, against West Ham. So I feel like they'll be going into this game with some kind of momentum, against Brighton. Why for Brighton? Their last three games, I think they have drew their last three games. They drew against Arsenal. Their last game in the league, they drew against Nottingham Forest, and this other game as well that they drew. I can't remember the team, but I think they have draw. They drew in their last three games, but I still think they're a very good team. They have started the season well. I feel they haven't lost this season. The five games that they've played, they haven't lost this season. That will tell you that they themselves are doing well. Obviously, I think they have won two games and drew three games, so they are a good team. So I feel like this game will be an interesting game. Um, Whenever Brighton play against Chelsea, if you in recent time, it's always an interesting game. Obviously, Chelsea won against Brighton three times last season. They at Carabao Cup they won Brighton against Brighton, and also last season in the Premier League they beat Brighton home and away. So last season was a good season for Chelsea against Brighton. So we just hope they carry on, like that, against Brighton this season by beating, making sure that they beat Brighton, this weekend in the Premier League. So for big, it will be an interesting game going into this game against Brighton. Now for Brighton are that kind of team that they want to control the game. I think they likes to press. They are not that kind of team that want to sit back and defend. So I feel like knowing how this current Brighton coach likes to play, he's the kind of coach that wants to also control the ball. So I feel like it will be better for Chelsea playing against this kind of team that wouldn't sit back and defend. And for Brighton coach, I think he's the youngest coach in the league, 31 years old. So yeah, he has shown that his age is not affecting him in terms of how he is good tactically. So he's a very good coach. So I feel like he has started the season, as the Brighton coach very well as well. He is not really struggling, with the league in terms of his age. So he has really done well started in terms of how he has started the season, with Brighton. So, but for me, playing against the Chelsea team that is in form, let's be honest, this Chelsea team now they are in form under Enzo Maresca. They are doing very well. So it will be interesting to see how he will approach this Chelsea game, and also knowing that one of their key players will not be available. I think their striker, the Brazilian striker, it looks like he will not be. Is it Pedro or something like that? I think that's his name. It looks like the player will not be available, for this game against Chelsea. So it will be interesting to see how Chelsea themselves will approach this game. I expect Chelsea to approach the game as they have been approaching other games in terms of going for the game, trying to dominate, the game. Now, for me, if Chelsea want to win this game, they have to defend well. That's the key for me. If they can defend well, try to keep another clean sheet. Obviously, they have kept two clean sheets in the league. The two past game, they kept two straight clean sheets in the league, and the three past games that they have played, including the Carabao Cup game, they've kept three clean sheets. So that's good for the team, building this confidence in terms of defending well. So if they can keep a clean sheet against Brighton, I think they will win the game. Now, Brighton defensively, I think they are not bad as well, but at the same time, their defense is you can go at the defense, you can open up, the Brighton defense. Now, with the kind of attacking player that Chelsea have, now I think they have so many good attacking players that can open up, this Brighton team. They just have to be clinical because at the same time, when you open up teams, you have to take your chances. If you create, any chance, you have to take them. So for me, the key thing for me is for the team to defend well. if they can defend well, because I think Brighton themselves have some very good attacking players that can go at the Chelsea defense. So if they can keep the Brighton team quiet, the Brighton attack quiet, I think they have a chance to beat this Brighton team. Now I'll be expecting Chelsea to win because I think Chelsea are a better team than Brighton. I feel like Chelsea have started the season very well. Obviously, they're ahead of Brighton. Yes, they have lost one game, and obviously we know the game they lost was against Manchester City. The beginning of the season, the first game, Brighton themselves haven't lost any game, which is good for them. But I think in the last 3 games, Chelsea have been in a better form than Brighton. So I'll be expecting Chelsea to dominate the game for me in terms of ball possession, in terms of chances creation as well. I'll be expecting Chelsea to create more better chances than this Brighton team that I also think they're a very good team. So for me, yeah, it will be interesting to see how this game will go. Now for Chelsea, they have to continue the form. They have to continue the form because people now are talking about this Chelsea team. If they are good in terms of based on how they have performed in the last games. They are feeling like, okay, maybe this Chelsea team, they are beginning to see something from this Chelsea team. So people will be watching at the team playing against the Brighton team. They haven't lost any game. People will be saying, okay, now Brighton haven't lost any game. Let's see if Chelsea can beat this Brighton team that haven't lost any game. So for me, eyes will be on this Chelsea team. Eyes will be on this game against Brighton. So it will be interesting to see how they will perform. Another thing again is performance. They have to perform, even if they beat Brighton, they have to end the victory for me. They have to, play well and deserve the win. That way, people will say, okay, this Chelsea team, I think there is something here now. People will start maybe talking more positive thing about the Chelsea team. Obviously, I think that people have started saying some good things about the Chelsea team and also about the Chelsea coach. But if they can win this Brighton team and then win well, I think people will start saying even more positive thing about this Chelsea team. So for me, it will be interesting to see how Chelsea and Zomareska will approach the game and also players that will start the game. I just hope he makes the right selection for the game. But yeah, for me, they just have to win the game. They have to win the game. Let's talk about the press conference for Enzo Maresca, because in the press conference in this game, they asked him about the injured players that are injured and players that will be available for the game. Obviously, he said Romeo Lavia is fit and available for this game. We know Romeo Lavia has been injured for a couple of weeks. But now the player is back. He will be available for the game. And then he also said the only player that is out for Chelsea is Rich James. Rich James is the only one that will not be available for selection. Obviously, for Rich James, we know his injury problem. We know that this player is always injured for some season now. He has been always injured, so he's for me not a surprise that he's not available. So Rich James, for now, is the only Chelsea player that will not be available for the game. That's to say, it's a good thing for the team in terms of players that are available. They have so many players to select from, from this game. So I'm just happy that Romeo Lavia is back, because I think he will be important for Chelsea going forward this season. So it's good that Romeo Lavia is back, but I don't think he will start the game knowing that he just came back from injury. I think the manager will still go with the same midfielders that are been starting games for Chelsea. Enzo Fernandez and obviously Caicedo and Cole Palmer. I think these are the three midfielders that he will go with. So for me, good thing that Romeo Lavia, is back. So for me, yeah, that's it for me on this one. Let's just hope that Chelsea carry on with, the form that they are in the league this season. Let's just hope that they carry on. For me, this is a winnable game. This is the game that I expect them to win, even if I think Brighton are a very, very good team. But I expect Chelsea to win this one. So yeah, that's it for me on this one. Your thoughts, your opinion on the game. Do you think Chelsea will continue their form in terms of winning this game against Brighton? What's your thought? What's your opinion? You let me know. And also, please, guys, if you're watching the video on YouTube, subscribe to the channel Blue Point TV. Like the video as well, it's very important. And also, we're also on Facebook. Follow the channel Blue Point TV. Share the video as well, and also on YouTube, on Instagram, and also TikTok. Thank you, guys. Stay safe while I see you again. Bye.